How's it going? So I have to admit that the game is kind of dead at this stage, right? Because this guy is a typical League of Legends player. I'm talking about like modern League of Legends player. So I told him in the beginning of the game, so this was full game, right? And I told him in the beginning of the game that he's not gonna win, and he's like, no problem. I'm going to beat you. I'm a Akali main top lane player. I was like, okay. Like, what do I know about Akali? Akali has no wave clear, right? So I hard inted because this guy was not farming at all. He had 8 farm, like, I think 7 minutes he had 8 farm. I was already on like 70. So I was like, alright, he needs to get gold somehow. I want to see what Akali actually does, right? So I just kind of inted. And all I did was just took structures. And he just lost to super minions, basically, and that's about it. Right? Because he just couldn't clear the super minions. Right? And then at the end of the game, as super minions were killing his Nexus, I was like, man, what kind of strategy is this? Just because he was literally just spamming his buttons on me without any idea of farming or taking down structures or any thought about how he's actually going to progress the game past the point of killing me. Does that make sense? Like, what's in his mind is, oh my god, there's a champion, I need to smash my hand into the keyboard and get a kill. I gotta get a kill, dude. I just gotta get a kill, right? So I was like, screw it, I'll just give him the kills, whatever, right? And past that point, he just does not know what to do. Do you understand, like, the mentality of these players? And this is all the way up to masters, I'd say, at this point. Because when I watch, like, high streamers like Fogged, Boxer Pete, Uli, they have to tell their team in Master, Grandmaster, Challenger level to go take the Baron, and sometimes ping multiple times, so that the team would get their ass and take an objective. Because these guys are running around the map like hungry wolves that never ate anything, and they're just looking for the kill. That's all that matters. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, like, the game right now, the mentality of players, they're all ARAM players. All of them. That's why League, as a kind of like Riot, as a company, it caters for them. This is why we have objectives are the most important thing, because objectives force you into the middle and they force a team fight. Does that make sense? Because these guys have no interest in taking down structures. They have no interest in taking down Baron or Dragon. The reason why they go for Dragon is not to get the Dragon. They want to spam their buttons. Do you understand? Because, I'll tell you why. Have you noticed you win the team fight and then they just walk away? And you're like, hey dude, we're here for the Dragon, not for the fight. And they're like, oh yeah, I need to take the Dragon. Yeah, thanks for reminding me. Right? Because you have to understand what's inside the head of the players. And that is, oh my god, ARAM. Oh my god, ARAM. Right? Because this is ARAM. Right? I'm telling you, it's just ARAM at this stage. So, this game that you think, basically, most of you guys are probably thinking that League is still Season 5 and Season 6. Right? But it's not. It's a completely different game now. It's ARAM. Right now, I'd say it's closer to ARAM than it is to Season 5, Season 6 League of Legends, I would say. Right? So, think about from mentality perspective, you're not really going into League, you're going into ARAM. Only, like, the map looks different, but it's actually ARAM, right? And what you get on ARAM, you get, like, this random weird fights all over the place, constant clown fiesta. Nobody knows what the hell is going on. Everybody's just smashing their buttons and, like, doing that weird shit. Do you know what I'm saying? And that's kind of, when I play against players, I feel that's their mentality. That's when they play League of Legends, that's what they expect. Their expectancy is to ARAM. Right? So I'm telling you, right, next time you go into a game, I hope you're figured out by this time not to take League of Legends seriously, and that rank does not really matter. It doesn't mean shit at all, right? And you have to also factor in. You have to just. I'll tell you something very, very sad, right? The game is full of children. Okay, so if we were to walk into a field and for you to come in with your challenger jacket, which no longer is available, of course, right? And you are like, gentlemen, I am now challenger, right? Now, in your mind, in a lot of people's mind, they think that this is what's going to happen. Let me just Google this real quick. One second, ladies and gentlemen, 1 second. Let me see. Yeah. So you probably think something like this is gonna happen, right? There's gonna be like, you know, a president of the country is gonna say, gentlemen, Mr. Challenger player. The ladies are gonna be like, oh my god, this guy he worked so hard. He went through all this misery and sufferness to get this Challenger award. Oh my god, oh my god. Now, one second. Now. Now this is gonna be the reality. You're gonna be greeted by these guys, right? And I'm gonna like, oh my god, he is a challenger. Oh my god, look here. Do you understand? Because they are children, right? That's the guys that you're gonna be showing off your challenger badge to. Do you understand? If you go to me and you saw a challenger badge, I'm gonna say, well done, but in my mind I'll be thinking, Jesus, dude. I hope he's some kind of gifted prodigy and he didn't spend a lot of time on this. Because, dude, like, these are kids. Like, these are kids, do you know what I mean? And, like, the game is, like, it's so skillless. Alright, Season 4, Season 6, I'd give you props. Right? I'll give you, dude, like, amazing, right? Challenger. Okay, it meant something, right? Because back then it was like, oh my god, like he's so good at Riven, he can carry, right? It meant something. Right now, if you're masters, if somebody comes over to me and he says they are masters, what that tells me, he plays 2,000 games, and he probably plays a passive champion like Yumi or tank, and he just spams a lot of games. That's literally the brain association I have in my mind right now. Right, somebody comes in, they say master, I say probably 3,000 games per season, 100%. Most likely some kind of Singed player or whatever, right, or some brain dead shit, right? Like it has no value now. The award or whatever, the badge, right? If in Season 6, if you were to tell me I'm like challenger, I'll be thinking, shit, he probably giga skilled Riven player. That's my first association. Some kind of, I don't know, some dude who's just like super mechanically gifted, some kind of Z player, you know, who's just gonna, or Lee Sin, who's just gonna poop on his lane and just hard carry the game. That was my association. Right now, again, I'm telling you, it's like, being skilled is the least associated thing in my mind with being high challenger player. The first thing that comes to my mind is he spamming games, is it dual queuing, is he win trading, right? Or is he playing at specific periods in the season where there are no high elo players playing? Like, for example, there are some players who get like rank 1 in the beginning of the season where nobody is playing, and literally like Diamond 5 players are like Grandmaster, like 800 points, you know what I mean? That's kind of my association right now with the challenger players, right? I do not think about skill at all, right? So I'm just telling you, like, don't take this shit seriously. It's a waste of your time at this stage. This is not football, this is not basketball. Like, it's a game for children, right? So I highly recommend Highly recommend, because if you get these guys on your team, it's gonna be random. All right, it's gonna be complete chaos. You cannot predict outcome when these guys are on your team, because they will do strange things, because they are kids. Like, I'm talking, they're like 7, 10-year-old kids. They're not gonna be using their intellect to make decisions. They're gonna be using emotions and instincts. And in a tactical game, right, that's a problem. That's a problem, right? Getting these guys to coordinating these guys is very difficult, right? It's just very, very difficult. So I'm telling you, right, and I'm giving you real-time examples of this, right? Because yeah, he went 5-2, but what is he gonna say? My team sucked in this game? Like, what's his excuse for losing this game? Right? What is he gonna say? His jungler is bad? Right? Minions are overpowered? Dude, I summoned them on purpose. Right? That's because he has like, the idea of winning the game doesn't exist in his mind. His mind consists of, oh my god, champion, attack. Oh my god, smash the buttons. Quickly, quickly, quickly. Right? That's it. Take care.